Aita for being a Karen and essentially telling my daughter's camp counselor to know her place? My daughter G is 12 years old and is attending a coding and robotics day camp. She loves it and has made a lot of friends. Over the past couple weeks, she's become less enthusiastic about going to camp each day. I asked her what was wrong, but she was initially hesitant to say anything specific. I'd usually get a non-committal "I don't know" or something similar. A few days ago she broke down and told me that the camp counselor, CC, assigned to her group has been mean to her. I pressed her further, and from what I gather, the CC in question has criticized her work a great deal, forcefully kicked G's day bag when it was in her way without asking her to move it first, reprimands her for small things like talking too loud or having a messy workstation, while not doing the same for other campers, and, oddly enough, has been picking apart what she brings for lunch. I pack my daughter a homemade sandwich or wrap, a divided fruit and veggie tray, a small bag of chips, and a small dessert like a twin pack of Oreos. Pretty standard camp lunch, in my opinion. According to G, the CC has branded her meal unhealthy and said something about there being a camp policy against junk food. CC does not do this to any other kids, and I have found 0 rules against junk food in the online handbook parents were given. Obviously, this can't continue, so when I brought her in this morning I asked to speak to CC. I discussed my concerns, and CC told me that G was disruptive and that it's probably because she brings a bunch of junk food. I asked about CC kicking G's day bag and she was unable to give me a straight answer. I asked if any other counselors could confirm G's disruptive behavior and it seemed to fluster her. Again, no direct answer. By that point I was getting frustrated with her non-answers and asked why she had a problem with the lunches that I bring G. The more I asked, the more standoffish and condescending she seemed to get. CC said that I shouldn't be sending G with empty calories and reiterated her line about the camp having a rule against junk food. My tolerance for bullshit had pretty much been reached, so I told her calmly but firmly that I am her mother, not her. She is a camp counselor, not a nutritionist. She's there to make sure that G and the other kids have a fun and safe time, and I suggested that she stick to her role as a CC. I told her that if I hear anything more about G feeling picked on or unwelcome in her presence, that I will be speaking with her superior. I told a couple of friends about this to blow off some steam, and they told me that I was too harsh and that I acted like a Karen. I hadn't gone in looking for a fight, but the way CC spoke to me and about G really rubbed me the wrong way. Aita? Update. First of all, thank you to everyone who took time out of their day to provide a judgment and/or advice. G just got home from camp, and told me that she was cornered by CC and given a long-winded lecture. According to G, it lasted for about 20 minutes, in which CC half apologized but also spent most of that time justifying why she felt that way. Not only did CC needlessly take G aside from a beloved activity, that I paid quite a pretty penny for her to participate in, for no good reason, but she's clearly not willing to lay off her strange hang-ups around my daughter. I was also told by G that plenty of other kids have junk food and even energy drinks, iced coffee in their lunches, but none have been given any grief about it. I'm currently fuming, so I plan to wait a few hours for the initial rage to subside before I write a firm email to the head of the camp. This is not the kind of experience that I wanted my daughter to have, especially not with a hobby that she could one day turn into a fulfilling career. I'll be damned if I let some barely out of high school teenage mean girl dim my daughter's shine or sour her passions. I'll be requesting that either G is moved to a different group and CC has no further interaction with her, or a full refund. Thankfully, it's the start of the weekend and there's no camp until Monday. We have annual passes to a local water park, and I think I'll surprise her with a little trip tomorrow to get both of our minds off this mess. Aita for wanting to divorce my wife and not go through couples therapy to save the relationship. I, 40M, have been with my wife, 41F, for 15 years, married for 3, and we were always child-free until she fell pregnant last year. It was unplanned as we were on the pill and we decided to keep the baby. Sadly, a heartbeat wasn't detected at the last scan, so she had to give birth to the baby prematurely. Our son was therefore a rainbow baby. It's single-handedly the hardest thing I've ever had to experience, and I know it was extra for my wife too. That was 6 months ago. Since then, she was like the devil incarnate. All I had to do was breathe some days and she hated me for it. I've tried to be understanding, but it's hard. It's like everything is my fault and I'm responsible for everything. A couple of weeks ago, she tried to initiate sex and I didn't want it. I'm just not sexually attracted to her that much given how she is these days. It caused a major argument and lots of things were said on both sides. This last week, I got home from work and I noticed she wasn't in. It's odd because she works from home the majority of time. She got in about an hour or so after and I could tell she was different. She then broke down and told me she was so upset after I rejected her that time that she created an online dating account and cheated on me. She realized straight away it was a fucked up thing to do and feels sick about it, so had to go for a walk to prepare to tell me. I basically just shook my head and walked out. I haven't been home since. I've been staying in an Airbnb. She's been bombarding my phone with text messages and voicemails trying to apologize, blaming the hormones and the situation and saying she's wanting to do couples and individual therapy to fix things. That she blamed me for everything and it's not fair. Thing is, I'm done in my head. I don't see how some magical therapy can fix things. I've lost my child, she has treated me like a CNT and now has cheated on me. I don't feel like I can ever forgive her. Aita for not wanting to try? Aita for getting an abortion because my fiancé cheated on me? I don't know how to start this. My fiancé told me that he cheated on me for over a year now, and we've been together for 7 years total. He says he doesn't want to be together anymore, which broke my heart, and still did since we were high school sweethearts. His girlfriend was with him when he told me this, which made me even more upset since he didn't have the decency to tell me one-on-one. He let his girlfriend into our home, the one we bought together. Anyway, I wanted to tell him that I was pregnant on his birthday. Since his birthday is really close. He always wanted a family, a big family with at least 5 kids. I didn't want kids that much, but I didn't mind them either. The moment he told me we were over, I knew I didn't want that baby. I didn't want to co-parent or be a single mom, any of that. I have a good paying job, and that might make me selfish for not wanting the baby, but I don't care. I told him I was pregnant when he told me it was over. And he looked a little upset, like he regretted it or something. He told me was fine with split custody, and I didn't say anything. A few days later I got an abortion. I thought it was necessary to tell him and not lead him on, since I didn't want to see or talk to him ever again. He called me when I sent the text, saying why the fuck would you do that? And so on. He said I knew damn well he wanted kids, and I should have told him before even thinking about it. I feel selfish for doing what I did. But I feel like giving birth and overall having that kid would make me unhappy. I barely like kids and the thought of having one with the man who broke my heart is not helping. I know this might be a stupid thing to post, but I feel like a jerk. He's the only one to know about the abortion but not the pregnancy. Hi everyone, it's around 6 hours later. And feel free to comment and respond to my comments and other replies. But I won't be updating or replying for a while. I just need to tell someone who is someone I know. But thank you to each and every one of you sweethearts giving me advice and more. I know that responding to the anti-abortion and you're a killer comments are not helpful to me right now. I will be back, and I will respond, and I will give you guys who are interested an update soon enough. I just need to take a break and not reply to the people trying to make me feel shame, remorse, guilt and all the above for my abortion. I feel like shit right now, so if anyone's able to message me on the next few hours, with some recourses or anything, I'd greatly appreciate it. I will update you guys as soon as I can, and again, feel free to leave comments. And also, I absolutely did not get an abortion out of spite, revenge or to punish him for what he did. I didn't think about the abortion the moment he sat me down. I don't blame the baby, even if anti-abortions disagree with that. And I guess I do want some validation from at least strangers. Because I feel like I can talk to anyone. I feel horrible. So if I overacted at your comment, and whatnot, you're right I guess. I know this is a stupid post, but I thought I needed to consider his feelings and not just my own. Thanks, again.